Did you know your breakfast might be secretly harming the muscles and blood vessels that keep you strong where it counts? If you're over 60 and dealing with weaker erections, low energy, or numbness down there, age may not be the real issue. Your morning meal could be the problem. Most men don't realize their breakfast either helps healthy blood flow to the groin or slowly blocks it. What's even more surprising, many are missing the one simple food that could help fix things. I'm Dr. Laura, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience in urology and age-related performance decline. I've treated thousands of men across the country who thought their intimacy was fading simply because they were getting older. What we discovered was much more hopeful. Here's the truth. Your body wants to restore circulation to your lower body, but only if you give it the right tools. And those tools are not found in a pill or a prescription. They're found in 5 very specific, very simple morning foods. Foods you already recognize, but probably never knew how to use to target male circulation. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use them. You'll learn how 5 easy ingredients can boost blood flow down there, strengthen pelvic muscle tissue, and increase confidence without side effects. And stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal one odd combination that's helping men feel results in less than a week. Let's get started. Before we dive in, if you're serious about reclaiming your vitality and improving circulation where it matters most, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss another tip designed specifically for men over 60. And if this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. I read every response, and your feedback helps me create better content tailored to your needs. All right, let's begin with the first food, one that's probably already in your fridge, but you may have been overlooking its full potential for years. It's simple, it's familiar, and when eaten at the right time, it can jumpstart blood flow and muscle repair in the area that matters most. I'm talking about whole eggs, nature's most complete source of nourishment for restoring circulation down there after 60. 1. Whole eggs, nature's circulation starter. I've lost count of how many men over 60 have sat across from me, frustrated, embarrassed, and confused about why things down there just aren't the same anymore. And almost every time, when I ask about their diet, they shrug and say something like, "Doctor, I just grabbed some coffee in the morning, maybe a slice of toast if I remember." What they don't realize is that their body, especially at this age, is starving for very specific nutrients the moment they wake up. And one of the most powerful sources of those nutrients is something they've had in their fridge their whole life: whole eggs. I know eggs have gotten a bad rap in the past: cholesterol concerns, old science, outdated fears. But let me be clear. If you're a man over 60 and you're not eating whole eggs regularly, you're missing out on one of the most effective natural tools for restoring blood flow and strength in the lower body. The secret is in the yolk. That golden center is rich in vitamin D, B12, choline, and leucine, a powerful amino acid that triggers muscle repair, including the deep, often ignored muscles in the pelvic floor. These are the same muscles that support erections, control urinary flow, and keep you stable and balanced as you move through your day. When blood circulation decreases with age, these muscles are among the first to suffer. But when you fuel them properly, especially first thing in the morning, your body responds. You feel more stable, you notice fewer cramps or numbness, and yes, you start to feel more confident in moments of intimacy. Not because of a pill, but because your blood is flowing again. I remember one patient, Richard, 67 years old. He told me he hadn't had morning wood in over 2 years. Within 4 weeks of changing his breakfast to include 2 whole eggs every morning, boiled, nothing fancy, he called me with a voice full of disbelief. "Doc, he said. I woke up like I was 40 again. That's the power of feeding your body what it truly needs at the right time. 3. Oats with chia seeds. The artery cleanser. Every time I see an older man in my office complaining about poor circulation, weak erections, or that constant heaviness in the lower body, I don't just ask about his medications. I ask about his breakfast. And more often than not, it's either non-existent or loaded with sugar and empty carbs. What I recommend instead might seem too simple to matter, but believe me, a warm bowl of oats topped with chia seeds has transformed more lives than you'd think. Oats on their own are a powerful ally for aging arteries. They're packed with a special fiber called beta-glucan, which doesn't just help lower cholesterol, it actually helps clean out the walls of your blood vessels. This allows more oxygen-rich blood to reach critical areas, including your pelvis and groin. For men over 60, that kind of circulation support isn't just helpful, it's essential. Now, add chia seeds to the mix, and something incredible happens. These tiny seeds are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that help your blood vessels relax, reduce inflammation, and allow for smoother, more powerful blood flow. This combination isn't just good for your heart. It directly impacts your ability to get and maintain a healthy erection. I remember one gentleman, Henry, who told me he felt his body had started shutting down after retirement. Low energy, trouble walking upstairs, intimacy fading. I got him to swap his sugary cereal for oats with chia seeds, blueberries, and a touch of cinnamon. Within 2 weeks, his legs felt lighter. Within a month, he was sleeping better and waking up more energized, with benefits he noticed both in and out of the bedroom. "Doc," he said with a laugh, "I didn't think a bowl of oats could do that." But here's the truth. What you eat in the morning sets the tone for your blood flow all day long. And this simple combination, eaten warm and mindfully, tells your arteries it's safe to open up. It's time to nourish the muscles and nerves that keep you feeling like a man. Now, if you're ready to take your circulation support to the next level, there's one fruit that acts almost like natural Viagra, but without the side effects. Most men overlook it, but when eaten at the right time, it works fast. Let me show you what it is. 4. Watermelon, the bedroom fruit. I still remember the look on my patient Bill's face when I told him to start eating watermelon in the morning. He laughed and said, "Doc, I thought that was just a summertime snack." But what he didn't know, and what most men don't, is that watermelon is one of nature's most underrated tools for restoring blood flow, especially in the places where it counts the most. Watermelon is packed with an amino acid called L-citrulline. When it enters your body, it converts into L-arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide, the very same compound that opens up your blood vessels and allows more blood to flow to your groin. It's the same biological pathway used by popular ED medications, but this time, you're fueling it with food instead of pharmaceuticals. And it works fast. I've had patients tell me they started noticing improved sensitivity and stronger morning erections within just a week of adding watermelon to their routine. There's something powerful about letting your body do what it was designed to do. No synthetic pills, no side effects, just pure circulation support straight from your breakfast plate. Bill called me 2 weeks later and said, "I don't know if it's the watermelon or the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something's definitely waking up down there." We both laughed, but the truth is, he wasn't imagining it. The citrulline was doing its job, opening blood vessels and giving his lower body a new sense of vitality. For best results, watermelon should be eaten on an empty stomach or shortly before your main breakfast. A couple of slices are all you need, and here's a tip. Don't throw away the white rind. That part contains the highest concentration of citrulline. You can blend it into a smoothie or just chew through it gently. It may not be sweet, but your circulation will thank you. If you've been looking for a natural way to feel more alive and energized below the belt, watermelon may be one of the easiest, most refreshing tools you've been missing. But if you really want to stabilize your morning energy, restore balance, and prep your entire lower body for the day ahead, then you won't want to skip the next food. It's warm, earthy, and when combined with one simple mineral, it becomes one of the most powerful circulation-supporting breakfasts I recommend. Let's keep going. 5. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, the circulation stabilizer. Of all the recommendations I've given over the years, this is the one that gets the most surprised reactions. Sweet potatoes, they ask, for circulation. But once you understand how your body works in the first few minutes after waking up, it starts to make perfect sense. Your muscles, including the ones in your legs, pelvis, and yes, even your penis, are running on empty after hours without food. Your blood vessels need minerals, your muscles need glycogen, and your nervous system needs balance. A simple half of a warm, steamed sweet potato, sprinkled with just a pinch of Celtic sea salt, can be the morning stabilizer your entire lower body has been missing. Sweet potatoes are packed with complex carbohydrates that don't spike your blood sugar, but instead give your muscles the clean energy they need to function smoothly. And when you add Celtic sea salt, an unrefined salt rich in over 80 essential minerals, you're giving your body the tools it needs to hold on to hydration, regulate nerve impulses, and maintain healthy blood pressure without the crash. These minerals help with muscle contractions, circulation, and even nerve sensitivity, which can fade with age if we're not careful. I had a patient named Thomas, 70 years old, who told me he'd been waking up with heavy, numb legs and a dull ache in his groin. He had tried stretching, massage, even prescription medications. Nothing seemed to work. I suggested a small change. Before his regular breakfast, try half a steamed sweet potato with a glass of warm water and a touch of mineral salt. It sounded too simple to him, but 3 days later, he called and said, "Doc, I don't know what's happening, but my legs feel lighter, and I'm not reaching for the nightstand just to stand up." There's something grounding about starting your day with real food, something your body recognizes, something that doesn't just treat symptoms, but actually restores balance from the inside out. Sweet potatoes may seem humble, but when eaten this way, they work quietly and powerfully to restore circulation, balance minerals, and energize every step you take. Now that you've learned the 5 foods that can help you restore blood flow, strength, and energy down there, there's one last thing we need to cover, because knowledge without action changes nothing. So let's talk about exactly what you need to do, starting today to turn these foods into real results you can feel. 6. What you need to do, starting today. If you've made it this far, that already tells me something important. You care. You're not just coasting through this phase of life, letting your body do whatever it wants. You're still in the fight. And the good news is, now you've got tools. But tools mean nothing if they stay in the drawer. The real change begins the moment you decide to take action. Today, not tomorrow. Start small. Tomorrow morning, commit to eating one of the 5 foods we talked about. Maybe it's 2 eggs with the yolks. Maybe it's a warm bowl of oats with chia seeds and cinnamon. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to happen. Because what you eat in the first hour after waking is one of the most powerful choices you can make for your circulation, your confidence, and your independence. Don't skip breakfast anymore. Don't wait until you're hungry or tired or already behind for the day. Give your body what it needs while it's asking for help. This is when your blood vessels are most responsive. This is when your muscles are ready to receive nutrients. This is when you interrupt the cycle of decline and start building back what time has tried to take. You might not notice dramatic changes overnight, but stay consistent. Within a few days, you may feel more energy in your legs, more warmth in your groin, more strength in your step, and more responsiveness where it matters most. You might sleep better. You might wake up feeling something you haven't felt in a long time: hope. And if you're worried that this is all too late for you, I can tell you with complete honesty, it's not. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even late 80s transform their energy, their intimacy, and their overall vitality by simply committing to this one thing, starting the day with purpose. So the question is simple. Will you take that first step tomorrow morning? Or will you let another day go by, waiting for something to change on its own? Now that you know exactly what to eat and when, there's just one more thing I want to leave you with. Because even the right foods can't work if you're making one critical mistake most older men never even think about. Let's wrap this up with a final message that could make or break your results. 7. Final message. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with men over 60, it's that aging doesn't take your strength. It only takes what you're willing to give up. And most of the time, what we give up isn't our bodies. It's our belief that change is still possible. But I'm here to remind you, it absolutely is. You now know about 5 powerful morning foods: whole eggs, beets, oats with chia, watermelon, and sweet potatoes with Celtic salt that can help restore blood flow, improve sensitivity, support muscle function, and bring life back into parts of your body that may have felt distant for far too long. These are not trends or gimmicks. They're real foods that speak directly to your biology. What's more, you understand exactly when and how to eat these foods for maximum impact. You recognize that how you spend your first waking hour sets the tone for everything else: your vitality, your self-reliance, your self-assurance, and even your relationships. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Just begin. Start tomorrow. Reclaim your mornings. Let your meals work for you, turning every bite into a powerful statement that you're still writing your story.